pain that was. Alright guys, so here we are at Cars and Coffee, and today we've got a pretty awesome truck going on here. What's your name, man?
Levi Johnston.
Levi Johnston. So Levi Johnston brought out his 2008
Tacoma.
Okay, so we've done some pretty extensive mods on this thing. Looks like you have a lot of trail time with it. What's your favorite trail around here?
Harlan, Kentucky.
Go to Harlan, huh?
Yep, that's my favorite park.
Okay. Now, what all have you fabricated on this yourself? Tell me a little bit about the stuff that you've done.
Let's see, I've done the 4-link in the rear, the bed cage, the front bumper, the tube doors, built my beadlock wheels, they're DIYs.
Okay.
Skid plates, that's pretty much everything on there except for the rock sliders and what else was built? The A-arms.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the beadlocks. Now you said you built these yourself. Is this a kit that you picked up, or did you get these cut out? Or
I buy there's an inner ring and an outer ring.
Okay.
We weld the inner ring to the edge of the wheel,
okay,
and then just this outer plate sandwiches that tire in there.
And you got some super swampers on here. What are these?
36.
36s?
Yep.
I got 37s on my Jeep. Yep. It's a good size.
They're cheap whenever you find them on the blims.
Right. So we got some King shocks. We got a lot of good upgrades mixed in with your mixed in with the stuff that you made. I like how you thought to go ahead and put a set of door mirrors on here, even though you got tube doors. That's pretty awesome. So what's been the most surprising thing about the truck so far?
Oh man.
Has it done what you wanted it to do off-road? Is there anything that you want to change next?
Well, I would like to have a solid axle on the front, but I just bought another truck to do that with. So
gotcha.
This one stays in this state, and then I'll have a dedicated trail rig just that's on a trailer. Let's see, I'd have to say the 3.5-inch long travel kit in the front.
Okay.
That took me above and beyond what I expected it to.
Good. So is there anything that you don't like about the truck?
The steering system.
Steering system?
Yeah, I overheated at least 3 or 4 times every time.
Really?
I
Have you tried to add a power steering cooler or anything?
Just put one in last trip, didn't help.
Didn't help.
So I'm looking at upgrading to a Tundra rack on a new power steering pump more fluid.
That'll do it.
Keep it a little bit cooler.
Right. Yeah, put you a bigger reservoir or something in there might help.
Yeah.
So did you make these rock sliders yourself too?
I actually bought these, but I modified them to what I wanted.
Put the steps on there?
No, they were actually long.
Okay.
Long wheelbase. So I cut it and capped everything off and into the bed cage.
So we were talking about your CV axles here. You said you got a couple popular brakes. And what'd you say those were?
CV axles and tie rods.
So anybody trying to do this, make sure you got a couple CV axles, zip tape the back of your truck. So, you know, if you run into this, looks like you got a couple rear lights here.
Yep.
Extra tire, of course.
Yeah. Brake light, reverse light, turn signals, anything to make it street legal so I don't get hassled by the cops.
How's your fairing work in the rear?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I had to do, after I built it, I had some issues with it, so I had to modify it a little bit, but nothing too bad.
Right.
For a homebrew 4-link kit, it's pretty good.
Hey man, you got a lot more enthusiasm than a lot of people do. A lot of people won't touch their own stuff, man. It's pretty cool. I like to see it. So you said you got to zip tie your brake cable up there. Anything coming in the interior, or just kind of leaving her how she is, man?
Pretty much left how she's going to be. I got a camera in the front to help me over hills.
Right.
I might put a FJ transfer case in there with a twin stick, so I wouldn't make the electronic actuator for the full drive system.
Well, it's awesome, man. Do you have an Instagram or anything anybody can follow?
Tacoma Crawler.
Tacoma Crawler. I'll put it down on the bottom of the screen. Just one word. Yeah. Hey man, thanks.
No problem.
You have a good day. One more time. What's your name?
Levi Johnston.
Levi Johnston. Levi Johnston. Tacoma Crawler, Instagram. Check it out. Thanks, man.
You have a good one.
You too. So tell me your name, sir.
Scott Hyatt.
Scott Hyatt. And this is your, what year is this?
This is a 1974 Datsun 260Z.
1974 Datsun 260Z. And it looks like you have done an extensive amount of work to this thing. I mean, it's pretty, it's clean. Tell me some of the things that you've done to it.
Okay, well this started out as a $600 car bought out of a guy's backyard in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Wow.
I bought it about 7 years ago.
Okay.
Since that time, it's been completely gone through. The suspension's completely redone. It's got all polyurethane bushings in it. It's got coilovers in all 4 corners.
Wow.
Camber plates in all 4 corners. Sway bars front and rear.
Okay.
The engine has been completely rebuilt. It's rebuilt as the car is a vintage race car.
Okay.
And I participate in Vintage Sports Car Driver (VCDA) events. The engine was built as a race engine. It's a little over 300 horse.
Okay.
I think to the 300 horse to the crank. It's a 280Z engine. It's been bored out. It's got it's the standard Datsun engine with the triple Webers, the cam and everything. It's got a 5-speed transmission.
Wow.
What they call the close ratio one out of a 1979 280ZX, I think.
Okay.
455 rear end gears, so it's very
peppy.
Quick.
For
For short tracks, most of the tracks are like 2 miles long.
Okay. So, I mean, how long have you been working on this thing? Your list is
6 years.
Probably, yeah, okay.
It took me 6 years to put it together.
6 years to put this thing together. Do you have any future plans, or is this one of those, it's done now, finally done?
It's done. Now it's time to enjoy.
Now it's time to enjoy
I'm going to race it.
So this is what you drive in right here, right?
Yes.
So the Vintage Sports Car Drivers Association.
Yes.
And this thing has got some nice aluminum work done in the back here too. What is that, just filling up the spare tire well?
No, it's required to have a fuel cell.
Okay.
So it has a 12-gallon fuel cell put into it.
Oh, wow.
And the fuel cell has to be covered from the driver's area.
So that's mainly a class restriction?
It is. It's a safety item.
Okay.
In case it gets punctured.
Let's take a look at your interior here. And you can see your coilovers popping through your strut towers there. So how well is this thing placed? Does this thing do pretty good compared to, some of the other cars in your field?
It's got driver problems.
It's got driver issues?
Yes, it's got driver. The car's a lot better than the driver.
Oh, well, I mean, have you thought about just putting somebody else in it for one run and seeing how they do?
It's
There
my
you go.
car.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah. It's fine. It's done for fun. It's not done to you don't win anything, you don't get trophies, you don't get money. It's all about the spirit of competition with old cars.
And you know, one of the things about my channel, and my viewers know this, is I'm about the enthusiast, not so much about the car. There's a lot of cars out here that are bought, not built. So I'm very big into the enthusiast and just the purists, the people that want to do, you know, good things, have fun, keep it clean. And this is a prime example of that. I absolutely love your car. I'm going to take a walk around it here real quick. Like I said, I heard it buzzing down the highway. I was actually taking a turn off Stockwell Road over there and heard it.
It's noisy.
I mean, it sounds good though. It sounds healthy. It might be a little bit noisy, but it's okay. This thing has got a lot of cool stuff done to it. You can tell there's some love. You can tell there's some love for sure. Man, and that's just a big, long, straight 6 engine way down low. I bet you this thing, you could probably go around any corner. I mean,
it does good. These cars,
low center of gravity.
when the Datsuns originally came out, and they raced in the SCCA events, they won every event
Right.
they were in.
Well, I mean, with that much weight slung that low, I mean, they usually say the center of gravity in a car is about where the camshaft is. So, yeah, this thing is really low. Probably does really, really good. I can just imagine, man. Well, thanks so much for talking to me, man. Your car is absolutely wonderful. I appreciate it. What's your name, sir?
Jack Rogers.
Jack Rogers, pleasure to meet you. Jason, Small Time Motorsports. I absolutely love your car. The stance on this thing is out of this world. And honestly, don't take this the wrong way, but I didn't expect an old guy to own this. I mean, it's got it's got Willwood brake upgrades, fuel injection. I mean, somebody's put some time into this, somebody that knows what they're doing. So tell me a little bit about it. How long have you had the car?
I've had it about 10 years.
10 years.
And
did it start off in this condition?
No, I bought it locally. It had 351 in it. It'd been raced and had a lot of rust on it.
Okay.
So
what all have you done to it?
Well, I've written a lot of checks.
I hear you.
I had sent it to Pantera Performance out in Castle Rock, Colorado, and together we decided what to do with it.
I see.
Mostly I've installed a lot of cool mat on this thing, so it didn't like sitting in the middle of a furnace.
Well, you might not be sitting in the middle of a furnace, but you're still sitting in the middle of a minefield. I bet you that thing is loud as it gets on the inside when you really start letting her hum, huh?
No, it's really pretty well insulated.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an easy car to drive. It's surprising how of all the cars I've driven, I mean, this will absorb an uneven set of railroad tracks better than anything, and you wouldn't expect that.
Really? No, I mean, well, you know, you hear a lot about these cars having the mid-engine and the transaxle, and that they are, you know, they're good feeling cars, but you wouldn't expect somebody to say that they drive over tracks well.
Well, they really do. It's surprising. The suspension is really good. It's every bit as good as modern cars, maybe in some respects even better. The bad thing about these cars, if you don't take them apart, is they're rust buckets.
I gotcha. So the chassis rusts out underneath the body.
So you have to make sure that you got good weep holes. We've sealed up a lot of weep holes that the factory put in there. Made our own weep holes so it weeps out in the right places.
Sure.
And then, of course, the thing that really attracts attention on this thing are those 180-degree headers there.
You know, it's a bundle of snakes pipes.
Yeah.
I mean, those things you can't help but to look at them. I mean, they're right there. They're up and in your face. They're loud.
This is a poor man's GT40. It's got the same ZF 5-speed that the GT40s had.
Gotcha.
And the reason that they called GT40 a GT40 is because it was 40 inches high.
Right.
This is 39 inches high.
39 inches. So you got them by one. So this is the GT39.
Yeah, that's. The engine's grown by about 50 cubic inches.
Okay.
Makes it a lot more tractable around town. The ports on these Cleveland heads are big enough to throw a cat through, so they don't they don't idle around town too well. But you put 50 more cubic inches in it, it helps a lot.
Well, it looks like the fuel injection that you've added on there is probably a good help too, huh?
It's helping also.
So what kind of fuel miles does this thing return? I know that's a little bit of a dumb question, but
it's getting around 15 miles a gallon.
Better than my Cadillac.
On the road. Well, it's pretty lightweight. It only weighs about 3,000 pounds. 3,000
pounds. Did they dyno this thing when they were done with it?
Yeah.
What does it make?
It makes 660 at the
crank?
flywheel.
Okay.
And it's about 100 less than that on the dyno.
So 550 horsepower, 300 pounds, 3,000 pounds of body weight.
Yeah.
That's an impressive combination.
Yeah.
So do you have any future plans for the car, or is the car done?
No, it's pretty well done.
Right.
Well done.
Now it's just...
I've tracked it a couple of times just to see what it feels like. It's very, usually I drive a front wheel drive car on the track, but this drives a lot different.
Well, and I was wondering about that because I saw the Willwood brakes. I saw the brake upgrades that were done to the car too. So I knew that you did some sort of spirited driving with it.
Right.
So, very nice.
But only on the track.
Only on the track.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, something this fast, sitting still, you don't really need to give it too much on the street, huh?
Right.
So tell me about your Bonneville 200 mile per hour club.
Well, we in 2008 we started going out to Bonneville. We've got a 1985 Camaro that holds 13 different records out there. All of them over 200 miles an hour. Yeah, it's a naturally aspirated small block.
That's amazing.
We've got 5 motors for it that run from 260 inches to 448 cubic inches, all small block cubic inches. And it's a very famous car.
Very nice. Well, I'm gonna have to look it up. Do you have a website or something? Anything like that? Just
no.
Pictures at the house, huh?
No.
I hear you. Well, once
that 82 Camaro owns. It's put me in 9 different 200 mile an hour clubs.
9 different 200 mile an hour clubs.
Last one was at Lake Gardner in Australia.
Well, you know, your 200 mile an hour club, that's one of my goals in life, is to be a member of that, just to go out to Bonneville and be able to run it once. So
well,
I'm envious.
This is the toughest one.
El Mirage 200 mile an hour club. Okay, tell me about that one.
Well, it's 1.3 miles on dirt.
Yeah.
It's hard to get traction out there.
I'm sure.
It's that's what makes the speeds difficult.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Man, you're a living legend in my mind. Thank you so much for taking time with me.
Right.
Have a great day, sir. I really appreciate it. All right, man, do you have any shout outs or a channel you want to plug of your own?
Family Man Racing channel.
Family Man Racing channel on YouTube?
On YouTube.
Do you have an Instagram?
No.
Okay, no Instagram. Family Man Racing channel on YouTube. Make sure you guys check it out. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks.